Hello, people. What you're watching is a sort of advanced version of the geometric neuron that actually can spike like a normal neuron. And the idea here is that it can grow. And it's based on the ideas I had that have slowly been growing more and more and more, bigger and bigger and bigger. And here they're doing a task. They are denoising a signal that's coming in here from this node. But there's kind of a interesting thought I had last night, which was that what if the system grows naturally, which is what this system actually does. It grows. It created 48 nodes. But not only that, what if it becomes like a distributed life form in the internet? So the geometric neuron that was just me realizing back in the day that, oh wow, we can get ECG-like signal. But this morning I found myself writing to Claude Opus as fable has been banned from thinking about biology, and even more than that, overnight it was said that you can't use it if you're not in USA. But so the idea suddenly appeared to me that what if this becomes a distributed AI system that can grow nodes, develop things. Imagine that, guys. You would have a living life form. People can host it, and this is not that yet, but I think it's a pretty good beginning to it. Um, so it would spike. It would recognize where it can. So here is another version of it is spiking. There you guys can see there's actually wattage on it and so forth, and so it can do tasks. But so a humble geometric neuron is becoming something that perhaps could be a distributed life form on computers. Talking holographically, which is something that I kind of am leaning towards, that the action initial segment with its 190 nanometer grooves on it might be a sort of holographic processor sending out something from the neuron outwards, and that there is some sort of stuff going on. Well, the scientists do not really understand it, so but we don't have to limit ourselves to what scientists don't understand. We can just talk with AIs and imagine new sorts of things into being. And some people might be like, "You crazy bastard," but well, that's true. So, but yeah, so we are creating a whole geometric neuron is becoming a thing that can think like life. Like here, you guys can see it's creating nodes. It actually stopped at 48. Mycelial cortex. Kind of a would love to have the smartest mind. Perhaps might just have a crack on this without any limits and the ones afterwards. But I wonder where this would be. Life forms on the computers of people that are thinking. One thing is for sure, which is that if we had this sort of distributed computational platform, it would be that hard to control it unless if it would be made illegal by nation states, which probably will happen the same way as fable was made illegal. But hey, man can dream. Anyway, yeah, this is what I'm doing this morning. I guess I will release this as a well. It's gonna be the workflow is gonna be at Perception Lab main repo under graph workflows. It's a little bit later, and I asked for a system where we can have multiple Perception Labs systems running. So Perception Labs is this Comfy UI like system that I made last fall. But so we have two right now, and one is receiving, and one is sending. So this is actually the one that is sending. So token relay out. I had set this into like we have a local network here, and we have one is receiving, and so there, as you can see, they are sending out tokens, and the tokens represent these graphical things. this is actually growing data system. So this is receiving, and all of it is coming. What they're seeing is actually testing here. So they are seeing the Ngram library. I could channel in a webcam or whatever, but so it's a distributed neural network inspired by the geometric neuron/brain. And I'll have a repo for it, so if you guys want to mess with it, so you have to have Perception Lab. And on the top of that, it took me a while to figure out how Claude had made it. And basically, what it had made was I actually have three things running. So I have two Perception Labs, and then on the top of that, I have a server. So I have token relay server here, and it is actually the thing that's passing the signals between Perception Lab 1 and Perception Lab 2. And this is limited to a local network, but I mean, Napster was global network. I mean, like I imagine this sort of system could be global, of course. Well, who would trust the code I made? I wouldn't. So, but still, and of course it was Claude Opus that made it. But I mean, like, what could this grow into? A life form neural network inspired by Perception Lab accident. I don't know. Next thing you know, we have a Skynet. But oh well. It was nice to know you. I hope you guys are well.